thanks for having us in the Moon Bus.
Thank you for coming. Please remove your shoes at the door.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Take those shoes off.
Welcome to the Morongo Moon Bus.
Yes.
This is the Lavender Moon Spaces, baby.
What a beautiful place.
Thank you so much.
And you built this by yourself?
I had a little bit of help, but majority of it was definitely built
This
by
is
me.
all your design, though?
Yes, I designed the entire space, and I really, 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 really love it.
It's so cozy in here.
Thank you. That was definitely the goal. I love creating tiny, cozy spaces, so.
All right, well, show us around.
Awesome. Well, first up, we have obviously the captain's chair, which may not seem that important, but this is the co-captain's chair for Coral to sit next to me because it's very essential.
Is that the co-captain over there?
Co-captain right there. And when I'm not in the captain's chair, obviously she is. So, co-captain's chair right there. Next up, we have my Bluetooth speaker. I love this thing because number one, hello, disco ball. Wait, here we go. Let me turn it on.
Turn it on.
We got a disco ball.
All right.
And that's really important to me because I like. So there you have it. And I decided not to go with a built-in stereo because I wanted a Bluetooth that I could take in and out of the bus. So we have that going on, and then the flooring that I put in here is actually just a bamboo flooring. It's not waterproofed or anything very special. I wanted something very natural that wouldn't off-gas or put anything like toxic or carcinogenic into my system. Bamboo is a very sustainable resource. It grows really fast, so there's a lot of it available, and it doesn't give off toxic chemicals. So moving on to the shower. I'm really excited about this, and it's perfect for me. The shower is 24 by 28, and I am 5'2", just to give you a reference of my height. And basically these are polywall panels, so this is like something that you would see in a commercial kitchen, so they're completely waterproof. And then behind these panels we have what's called dragon skin, which is a completely waterproof rubber coating. And down here we have just a regular tile, and grout underneath is thin set, and we have a drain going down into all the plumbing for the draining. And right here we have a quartz threshold. So I wanted to bring a lot of the cozy home features into it, as well as the lightness of these products. Right behind this is just a plywood panel that we rubber coated, so very lightweight and durable and completely waterproof. I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Beautiful shower.
It's also the bathroom.
Everything's so light and bright in here.
Yeah, definitely. The goal in here was to make it as light and bright as possible.
All right, let's keep going.
Moving on to the kitchen, we have overhead storage around the entire vehicle. And the reason why I didn't do closed storage is because I wanted it to be easily accessible and not too bulgy out into the space. So moving on into the kitchen, this is a butcher block countertop, and underneath we have the fridge. So this is a 65 quart winter fridge, and the reason that I went with the cooler is because coolness falls, heat rises. So when you have a fridge that is a chest style, it's actually better for energy efficiency. And then down here we have my cooktop along with all of my propane, and this, because you don't want to get your nice clothes dirty when you're cooking, so
got the apron.
Everybody needs an apron. I got this in Hawaii, actually. It was my one tourist gift.
Okay,
and
so
I'm not wearing this for the rest of the tour.
So we keep all the cooking supplies down here in the bottom cabinet.
Cooking supplies, and then I have some screws and nails because you just never know when you're gonna want that stuff.
Oh, look at that beautiful deep sink you have too.
Yeah, so this is a 24 by 9 inch sink. So I wanted something that I could easily wash all my pans and cutting boards in, and boom, there you have it. And then up here we have all my knife storage. I've always loved magnetic knife racks, so of course there we have it. And then up here we have all of my Tupperware cups, which I've been really loving because I can put it in there, put the lid on it, not spill it, and if I want to take it and go, it's really easy. So I really love that. And then up here I have these little baskets that fit perfectly into my storage, except for one of the paper towels in them. And so in here I have some reusable bags, wax paper, and the other great thing about these is that they keep your drinks hot for longer, so I really love that. And then in here we have all my spices, so when I want to cook I just pull this out. I got my oil, and then boom, all my spices to cook with. And then we just have extra food over here, and then these are all my essential oils for when I want to smell it up. I do have a diffuser down here, and this is also where I store my trash. So I just pull that out, boom, got my trash going on. Back there is some extra storage. You can see all the plumbing for the sink back there. I got my pots right here, my toaster, which is very essential, and my diffuser, extra towels, and produce hanger right there. And that's why. And then over here we have all the essentials for daily eating and whatnot. Pens, my garlic press, really love that, lemon press, and all of my forks, spoons, knives are in this one drawer. Vitamins that I need to take that are right here. Knife sharpener. So everything that's in here I intentionally use at least every day or once a week. Down here we have foodstuffs, you know, just stuff that I'm cooking with or eating with every day. So these are like my more everyday things that are easier to grab. Tea, love tea, got my tea box here. And then my bottom drawer is all my dishes. So I got my tea kettle, things like that, and basically I condensed all the things that I use on a daily basis into each one of these drawers. Alright, so moving on, we have my pony wall here, which I was originally going to do a full wall all the way to the top, but realized I wanted a space to be able to conversate if I had guests on my couch on the other side. This is a live plant that I have to make sure I put in the sink all the time or else it'll fall over and dirty my whole floor, which just happened today. So,
your Himalayan salt lamp.
Everything on the counters goes in the sink when I move. Also, I have my built-in sink dispenser because that's really important. And the other thing I forgot to mention is my sink. So, as you notice, when I turn this on, nothing happens, but when I turn this, I can do that. So I did that so that when I was washing dishes, I could have control over when the water goes on and off. And I think that it's just really important to conserve water and be just conscious about how much water you're using because you only have so much storage. So that's why I went with the sink so that I could have a diverting valve to do that with. And then almost all the plugs that I have in here also have the USB chargers. I got them at Costco. They were on sale. Really great deal, and I just love having the USB chargers like all over my bus. And this also goes in the sink when I'm moving, or I just throw it right under the bed. And on the other side, there's also another outlet that has two USBs in it as well, so that's where I charge my phone at night. This door is very essential. You open this up, and you have my table. Bada bing, bada boom.
Just hidden right in there.
You just put this right up over here when you want to eat. And it also has my massive cutting boards, which are very essential because I love massive cutting boards. So I have a bamboo one, and I also have a plastic one. And then when I'm done, it just goes right back up in there on top of those. Here we have my full-size bed. This entire thing lifts up.
You look cozy in it.
It's very cozy. I love this space so much. And I also have a secondary remote over here which controls all of my lights. This mattress is 6 inches, got it on Amazon. It's 4 inches of the thicker density and then 2 inches of memory foam. And it's one of the best mattresses I've ever invested into. It was like just a little over $100. I went with a very neutral palette in here so that I could change the accent colors whenever I wanted to. So maybe one day I get sick of pink and I want to make it orange, or I want to make it brown, or I want to make it black. Whatever I want to do, I have a very neutral palette in here. On top of the 6-inch full-size mattress that fits me very comfortably. It's 75 inches long. I have this headboard back here that I built in for easy access to storage under the bed, as well as easy access to throwing away dirty laundry, because we all know it's very important to figure out where you're going to put your dirty laundry in a bus or a van. So all I do is just move this over, lift this up, and boom, just goes right in there. I also am able to access an extra little computer table, which I can use if I want to sit here on the bed. I have rollers and other like yoga mats and things like that if I just want to reach down here and grab them without having to lift up the entire bed. And I also have my reading lights, which I can turn on here. These are run off of 110 volts, and I can turn them down or up when I want them at night. I also have these lights up here, which I can turn on if I want the entire place to be very bright. These are all run off of DC. Almost all my lighting is run off of DC. The only thing that's run off of my 110 volt system are my outlets and these lights right here. So under here we have all the storage underneath this bed, and I built it tall enough to accommodate for my storage tank and also just accommodate like tall and big items under my bed. Sometimes you just need a large space to have your stuff. So pull this up and it'll hold itself up. I have these gas sprockets that each hold 80 pounds. This is the access to my laundry chute over here, so when I want to pull my laundry out, I just grab this bin and pull it out and take it to the laundry.
And these look like all the window covers?
So I have some of these window coverings here that I'm working on. This one's obviously not finished yet. Black on the outside, tin on the inside, so that it looks great in here.
But it looks like that storage goes all the way down to the floor. It looks deep.
Yeah, so this storage is huge. I mean, it accommodates this entire Tupperware container with drawers in it. So I have plenty of storage for excess stuff. This is 42 gallons of water just in the holding tank. So that means that's more than enough for at least a week of use. I've been using it for 2 weeks now, and it's been more than enough. So this is an electric 4-gallon hot water heater, which will accommodate the showers and hot water for dishes. So the water heater, it can also run off of propane. It can be smaller, you can have it on tap. I just really love this heater because it's very efficient. It doesn't take that long to heat up, and I have all that hot water stored, so I don't have to be constantly running the energy. It just powers it, holds it, and then when I want to use it, I use it. I also have a really great high pressure water pump, which runs to my sink and my shower. Yeah. Love this vent fan. So this, I just pop open. I usually almost always have it on, especially when I'm cooking, because you don't want propane getting stuck in your system. And this goes up to 3 speeds. So there's a little bit of a slit right here between my bed and this closet that I slide my full-length mirror into, so I can just pull that out. A lot of this design was created around my lifestyle and wanting all the amenities of an everyday life in an apartment or a house to be accommodated in this space. I created this space as a model for anyone wanting a vehicle that could fit into an average sized parking lot, but could also accommodate the everyday lifestyle things that you want, like a large sink, shower, full-size bed, laundry chute, and closet. I think the great part about building out a shuttle bus is, number one, the height and the width feels very spacious. I think that the great part about the shuttle bus is that you can put more of your money into the actual build, and so instead of spending so much on just the vehicle portion of it, you can actually have a complete custom space for half the cost. Next up, we have the closet, which a lot of people forego, but for me was essential, because come on, who doesn't want hanging storage space that's easily accessible and always available? So in here we have all my seasonal clothing, so jackets and long sleeve nice shirts, as well as some long skirts. Over here we have all of my little pockets, so I just put my pajamas and some of my one-time use clothing that I want to use over again. I have belts, my brush, my microfiber towel, my camera and speakers, so just stuff I want to be able to open up and access easily. Down here I have all of my pants that I'm going to be using on a daily basis, including pajamas, leggings, jeans. That is, I can just slide back in there. I have all my crop tops and shirts in here, and then in the back I have another one of these for all my pajamas. Tons of space in here. This is 24 inches deep by 24 inches wide. And then here I have all of my bathroom essentials, so I just pull this out right here, and I have toothpaste, face wash, all the things, dental floss, everything I need to be able to finish my nightly routine. And then behind here I have scarves and things like that. And then when I want to pull out and do my makeup for the day, I will just set this on the counter like this and do my makeup right here, or I can set it up on my jewelry rack right here, and I can just kind of sit down right here and do my makeup routine. If you come over this way, you can see my jewelry hanger, which was very essential because who doesn't want to be able to easily access their earrings and necklaces? So when I'm done with the mirror, I just slide it back here, and then I can easily take off my earrings and put them on and off right here. And then down here we have more storage for clothing. these are all of my socks, underwear, and these are all like my beanies and scarves. And then if you pull this out, there's even more storage behind here for like my skirts and more like summer wear clothing. So I wanted all of my stuff to be easily accessible in these little compartmentalized containers. I put a little bit more of essential stuff, so I have my screwdriver, and then I have everyday like, you know, electronic stuff down here, wires and things like that. I downsize into this box. I have markers and pencils and things like that, and then I have, you know, paperwork and mail and just like kind of like a random drawer here. And then behind this, I built this over the wheel well, so we did have to put some storage around that. But I have another large container with even more bathroom stuff that, I don't know, I might probably get rid of later. Because you'd be surprised what you can fit into a small space when you have things like these Tupperware containers and little organizers to fit inside of it. It's just crazy the amount of stuff that I still have in such a small space. Next, we're coming over to my couch and Coral, obviously. And this carpet right here, I really love because this floor can get a little bit cold sometimes. And so what I did with this carpet was I put this adhesive underneath it so it won't move when I'm driving, and it won't move if Coral wants to move around and we're at like some sort of an angle. She can easily just get back and forth between the bus without slipping around on the floor. And so you can kind of see, I'll show you some of the adhesive right here. So this is very sticky down on the floor, and that will stay right there. I really love this. I wanted a space that I could eventually in the future, if I wanted to have guests, turn into an extra bed area, which I haven't really had to do yet because for me it's mostly a solo journey right now. But I can always turn this into an extra bed that will fold out, and also a seating space that will accommodate multiple guests. It's the perfect reading nook, and you know, one person could easily sleep here. This is over 6 feet long, and this is, I think this is about 3 inches of foam on here. So we have this pad on here, and then if you come around this corner, you'll see some of the switches and outlets that I have in here. So I have 4 outlets and 4 USB plugs. I have a 12-volt socket if I just want to be a little bit more low voltage and conserve a bit more energy. And then I have these 2 switches. One of them goes to 3 of my outdoor LED lights, which are really great, especially when you're in the dark and you want to set something up at night. And then I have another switch here, which is going to go to the light inside of the shower. And then so under this couch we have even more storage. So I pull this off usually, and then boom.
Wow.
You have even more storage, which I haven't even really had to access because in the process of downsizing, I've been surprised with the smaller amount of things that I need. So I have put excess pantry stuff here, Tupperware containers, all my supplements that I use half the time of my life, and more to-go containers, which have been like my go-to. And I have all of my electrical over here. So I have my entire 12-volt system right here with all the fuse box. I have my 1,000-watt inverter, which I'm planning on upgrading so I can run my heater. I have my little vacuum, so when I want to clean up, I can just pull this right out. And I have 2 155 amp batteries. And all of these are labeled on here as well as on the actual front of this fuse box. And I have 400 watts of solar panels on the roof, so I have 4 100-watt panels by Renogy, and all of that goes into my panels down here. On the outside here we have my control center, so I have another controller up here so that when I walk in I can just easily power these on and off.
That's the LED lights. Can you flick it again?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And you can also adjust the brightness, so up, down.
So really mood setting lights.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
And then you can turn the 1s off and on, or 2s off and on.
All
right here.
Touchscreen panel.
And then right here we have the inverter. So if you ever just want to turn off all of the energy going to the inverter, you just turn that off right there. And then this is my Victory Energy battery monitor. So this gives you more than enough information about all of your battery stuff. The goal with the space is to make it completely off-grid and sustainable wherever you go, so you never have to plug in. I don't have any offshore power on here. It is an option that I'm going to be making available, but the goal is to be completely self-sustainable. Number one, because I want to be environmentally friendly and sustainable with just my living on an everyday basis. And number two, because you don't have to pay any extra money for the energy that you're consuming on a daily basis.
Gloria, your bus is beautiful. Thank you so much for inviting us inside of the Moon bus and showing us around. Very good to see you. And
Thanks for coming, Jared.
we're on our way out of here. Bye.